tonight, two European men, two of the best European boxers in the world today, go one-on-one to inch that much closer to the championship. And on the opposite side of the bracket, up-and-comer, your Egyptian Bagel goes head-to-head with perhaps his tallest task that he's ever had to face in the king of European boxing, Retro. Chop, yesterday we were talking about how great these divisionals were going to be, and yesterday's matches delivered on all their promises, and it's hard to think that these matches tonight won't do just the same.
That is absolutely the case. We have seen some incredibly exciting boxing so far in this tournament. That first round had some really close, excellent matches. The second round has proven to be just as tense so far, and I'm really looking forward to seeing these boxers duke it out in that ring down there.
Absolutely. One of the match I'm really looking forward to right now is that Chicken Mr. Dizzy fight. These two guys have fought quite a few times on European Fight Nights, developed something of a little bit of a rivalry there. But this is one of the first times we've ever actually seen it on the big stage, one of the NHBL finals. This isn't just a little fight night show now. This is the big times. This is the big leagues. This is our championship. So it's going to be interesting to see how they handle that pressure transferring over from just a regular old Friday night event to the championship series.
Yeah, absolutely. When the going gets tough, the tough get going, and you
Yeah,
really got to make things count when you're in the clutch.
absolutely. Mr. Dizzy especially, he revels in that tough kind of attitude. He came up in the European fighting leagues where, nothing was ever handed to him. Our European leagues have skyrocketed ever since our good friend Clayface and Fedora started expanding over there. We've recruited loads of talent, including Retro, and Mr. Dizzy has, I think toughened up down there in fight nights. He's gotten used to everybody. He's gotten definitely used to chicken. So I don't know if he'll have the advantage going into tonight's fight, but we'll have to wait and see. Meanwhile, on the other side of the bracket, we've got Egyptian Bagel against Retro, and this is a fight we have not seen before. This is going to be happening for the first time ever. Egyptian Bagel's coming in with a bit of a chip on his shoulder. A year ago, this guy was touted as the number one prospect, the guy who was going to take the league by storm. But ever since then, it's been all quiet from the Bagel front. It's I wouldn't say it's a bit of a disappointment, but to have all that hype coming into this league and then just be quiet for this last year, it's definitely, you know, interesting to say the least.
Yeah, and he did in that first round sweep Big Boy Lethal. So there's still some flashes of brilliance here and there. The question is, can he make it count against Retro in this particular?
It is the question. The question is who wants to get to that round the next more because the winner of this match gets a heck of a prize. None of these guys can stand their next opponent, that being the defending Sasha heavyweight champion Ice. As we mentioned in the previous broadcast, excuse me, Egyptian Bagel and Ice have a heated rivalry, absolutely blood rivalry down in fight nights. They were, our main event draw for a while. In fact, those guys will be fighting at the July pay-per-view known as New Age, brought to you by my friend Sins. You go get him, Tiger. And then on the flip side, you got Retro, the guy that Ice beat to win the championship last year, and you got to know Retro's going to be out for revenge. So this is going to be interesting to see how that plays into their motivation to win this whole thing beyond just the championship. One of them wants to be the guy that takes down Ice.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be quite a heated match with both of them peering, at that rivalry just up the bracket that they can certainly both hope that they can get their revenge.
Begin after the bell is rung, and I believe we have someone.
Go! Move! Go, go, go! Big dots!
1-0 Chicken.
Begin after the bell is rung.
Move!
Tied even 1.
Nice! Fight to the death! Go, go, go! Go! Take that! Go! Thank you! Go, go, go! Move! Take that! Go!
2-1 Chicken. 2-1 pending the dispute.
After review, the verdict on the field still stands. There cannot be a proof or sufficient evidence of ping values or lag exceeding 2 seconds. So the round will continue. 2 points to Chicken. 1 point.
He just completely whiffed. Whoa, and Chicken whiffed too. Oops.
Disco made me wanting to get into the commentary scene. Tied at 2.
Fight to the death! Go, go, go! Go!
3-2 Smart.
Fight to the death!
Tied at 3.
Fight to the death! Go, go, go! Move!
4-3 Chicken advances, pending the dispute.
After review, the dispute has been accepted. There was sufficient evidence to prove a hindrance on lag and latency, so the round will be redone.
Fight to the death! Move! Take that!
4-3 Chicken advances.
It was a pretty good match we just saw there. Pretty good being a bit of an understatement. Lag did come into play there as predicted. Chicken did end up picking up the victory though, 4-3. Once again, Chicken is able to defeat Mr. Dizzy, sort of the same as what we saw from Fight Night. Mr. Dizzy though, he did put up one heck of a fight. Just the ping and the lag didn't seem to be acting in his favor.
No, they really didn't. There were obviously a couple of hit reg issues there. You could even see on the stream some of the lag issues with Mr. Dizzy seeming to skip around the ring a couple of times. So that certainly didn't help him very much. But in the end, it was a very close match. Both boxers very tactical, a lot of movement, a lot of wildness overall in keeping track of the opponent. But overall, it just ended up with Chicken taking the victory.
Yes, sir. And Chicken will now move on to the next round where he will face a Fluffy Teddy Bear. Fluffy Teddy Bear, he certainly has his work cut out for him against Chicken, but I'm definitely going to give the advantage here to Fluffy Teddy Bear, who has looked absolutely unstoppable. If Chicken's ping does not play a factor, I'm going to go ahead and give I'm going to give the match to Fluffy. You agree?
That seems to make sense. I mean, lag is certainly a very big advantage in any kind of competitive online environment, and this one is no exception.
Well, Fluffy has just been absolutely unstoppable since coming into the league. It's coming into the main event scene. He started out on Fight Nights. He's been absolutely insane to watch in the ring. It's going to be interesting to see what Chicken can pull out of his bag of tricks or his octopus hat in order to defeat Fluffy Teddy Bear. But now we are moving on to our next match of the evening, and it is the one that many of us have been waiting for, the King of European Boxing Retro going head-to-head with Egyptian Bagel. Anxiously awaiting those two to make their entrances to the ring. Perhaps if they would like do that. Hello? Anyone home?
Guys!
There, coming down to the ring in his unusual moon taunt broom. That is actually really nice. Bagel kicking his way down to the ring as he does. Absolutely brilliant dance moves on display here. Odd synchronized dance routine. I guess they had that rehearsed. We are going to now go to spectate mode. Go on, chop, let's go. And here we go. The practice rounds will begin here. Both men's experts of their mix-ups, playing it very aggressively or very conservatively, depending on what the other opponent is pulling. As you see there, Egyptian Bagel rushing in, not having a care in the world, and that's kind of what we've come to expect out of Bagel. His style is very reminiscent of that of Viking 34, where it's just uber aggression. You know, if it doesn't work out, he can change it up on the fly, but usually he's just able to just pretty much sprint across the ring, throw his opponent in the corner, and take home the win that way. So it'll be interesting to see if Retro can counteract that here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've seen a bit of that strategy from both boxers in the first round, both taking dominant victories. Retro 3-1 over Sage Will and Bagel 3-0 over Big Boy Lethal. In both cases, they were absolutely able to adapt to their opponent's tactics and put their opponent on the back foot, so to speak. It turned out very well for them, and that sort of aggression, when you get two boxers like that together, ends up in what really results in very quick rounds. As you're seeing from these practice bits, they're just a few seconds at a time. Not a whole lot of length here, not a whole lot of dancing and movement, just straight up boxing right onto each other. Spogo slapped him.
By rule of the jungle, Spogo is now the world champion of Europe. Round one of this historic first time ever match is underway, and they're wasting very little time. As we mentioned, Bagel throws Retro right into the corner, and he backs off very interesting take there, but it's not going to matter. Bagel takes home the first round very quickly. Retro didn't even have a chance to get out of his corner.
No, he really didn't, and at just that little tap of taking aggression back from Bagel, the backing up drew Retro out of his corner, and while he was drawn out, he got him within that contact range and tapped him, and was able to get that.
Round two now entering. Bagel up 1-0 already. Retro seems to miss that punch there. Retro missing a whole lot of punches. Bagel is going down all over Retro.
That was
one hit. The European champion of the world landed one single hit in that whole contest.
That's a real tough round
crazy.
there.
But
yeah, it's a super
wait a minute.
tough round for
Hold on.
Retro.
Hold the phone. Holding the phone now. There is a dispute being thrown in.
Multiple phantom hits. After video review and discussing the dispute, we'll grant it to the blue boxer Retro. There have been cases of phantom hits. We will redo the round and stick it to 1-0 for Bagel.
Round two now being redone. Bagel still up a point here, and Retro, now he missed that one. And it seems to be missing that one again. Retro just missing all over the place. He's not sure what he's supposed to do here. And Bagel is going to walk in and curb stomp him. Perfect round from Retro. The phantom hits, man, it's just not Retro's night.
Yeah, I really have to wonder. That certainly looked like he was moving around or even having issues moving at that point. It almost as if his controls simply weren't responding on the server side. He is definitely bringing another dispute on.
Round three now underway. Bagel up 2 points here. Retro going all in, trying to land a punch here. Now he's seeming to landing those punches consistently. Though he missed on that one, he misses yet again. And he missed on that one as well. Retro looked like he was trying to string something together there, but it just wasn't going to happen. Bagel now in match point.
There's certainly some critical timing issues going on there where he's not simply able to land those punches at the time he wants. Bagel dancing expertly in and out of that contact zone and making his hits count when he needs to.
On the bell, you may begin.
Hey.
Here we go. Now Bagel up 3-0. It's his match point. He's going all in here. He's going to try and put this one away with a perfect victory, though. But he's down to his last punch. Retro will not go quietly. He takes a point there, able to finally put those phantom hits to rest. And get it, phantom rest, aha. And now he has got himself on the board. It's at least a start.
Absolutely. Retro responded to that aggression with aggression, met Bagel right in the middle of the ring and was dancing with him the whole time, right on that center line. Just wasn't willing to let himself get pushed around.
Boxers, tap yes in chat box. Excuse me? I don't care, that's a warning right there.
Retro now trying to mount a comeback 3-1 in favor of Bagel. Bagel missing widely on that first punch, allowing Retro to enter, but Retro takes a miss and Bagel answers again. They're very dead even here, heading into their final 2 punches. Retro, it's not going to matter. Egyptian Bagel, fresh out of the realm of obscurity, back into the spotlight, heading to his first super semifinals appearance in his history, and he is going to do battle against his old enemy of rivalry renewed in ice. Bagel takes it 4-1. At Retro, he tried his heart out, but it just wasn't enough to overcome. The ping difference just, it's a part of heavy boxing. It's unfortunate, but he was unable to put away.
Yeah, absolutely. It came down to that one last punch there. It was a good battle between both of them. Very careful maneuvering, a whole lot of very critical punches, but in the end, it just came down to that final one. Both of them being in their last bits of health, and Egyptian Bagel just able to make it count when it needs.